expressed by the host and guest on this program are solely their own and do not represent the views or opinions of Blind United. We strive to provide diverse perspectives and discussions on our platform, but the opinions expressed should be understood as personal viewpoints and not reflective of Blind United as an organization.
Let's get ready to rumble! Y'all ready for this?
Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to another Coffee Time on United. It's Friday. That's TGIF for everybody else. I got Brittany and Pedro working this morning. Good morning, y'all.
Good morning, TGIF, everybody.
Good morning. Thank God it's Friday, guys.
Thank God it's Friday. So get right into the interest group. We got one today. That's with me, of course. And it's movie night. So this is Bandits with who is that? Bruce Willis and Billy Bob Thornton. Some kind of crime drama with a comedy twist to it. So I haven't seen it yet, but that's what we're watching tonight. So come hang out with us, grab your snacks, beverages, whatever you choose, and enjoy a good movie with us tonight at 6 p.m. So that's what we got on the interest groups tonight. So man, that's Friday. I'm so glad it's Friday. I really am.
Yeah. It sounds like it's gonna be a good movie. Sounds like a classic, you know. What
I
year? You
mean,
don't know?
you know what? I didn't really dig into it that deep, Pedro. You know, I mean, they both pretty good actors. You know, Bruce Willis, Billy Bob.
What I like to say, Billy Bong Thornton. But
Okay, Billy Bones Thornton. Yeah, but
yeah, I
I
think
mean,
it's
he does some
Haiti
crazy
movie.
movies sometimes, but he's for somewhere or other they always end up pretty good, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm anxious to see what this one's really all about.
Okay.
I'm being honest, I was a little tired last night. I didn't want to go in and get all the stats on the movie. So oh
Okay.
well, being
Yeah.
lazy.
From iPhone.
It happens. It happens. And in the comments, George says that Lulu loves the intro. So we're happy that she loves it.
Well, George is trying to pat himself on the back because you all know that George gave us that, right?
Hi, George. Hi, George. Hi, George. I
Yeah,
know
he
what he's
goes.
saying right now. Where's the cannoli? But good morning, George. Good morning to our commenters. Thank God it's Friday. The weekend's
And
here. The weather's going good. Well, not
forget
for me.
George. Hello, Miss Lulu.
Hello, Miss Lulu. Also, so
So,
everybody's getting ready to enjoy their weekend. And any plans, guys?
well, I mean, it's Cinco de Mayo. I don't really have any plans for anything.
Okay. I know
You
the
know.
No wild parties at Ed's. Darn. Okay.
we gotta plan something. But I know
Well,
the
you
fight
guys are
is this
welcome whenever
weekend.
you want to come out. So,
Mm-hmm. I know the fight is this weekend. That's what I'm kind of trying to get at. I have something to do Saturday right fast, but I'm trying to get to the house and watch this fight because it's going down.
Who's fighting?
De La Hoya and Canelo.
De La Hoya.
Yeah, that's what it's supposedly the card. That's what everybody's telling me. I just saw them fighting
Uh,
on the when they talk to them. Who is it? The Golden Boy? Oh my God! See, I got it wrong. See, that's what they told me. That's what I remember hearing. I
I was
just
like, I
remember.
thought he retired a while back.
Well, yeah, he is the promoter, but he's then who is he fighting? For the way they talked that mess, I thought they were fighting. Man, they were feuding on TV big time.
Wow.
That's why I was like, oh man, these dudes about to get down. I was like, man, this is gonna be kind of crazy, but now I know it's somebody different.
I
But
seen something where who was it? Mike Tyson and Shannon Briggs had a street fight.
oh snap! I know I'm looking forward to the Tyson and the Paul fight. Later
Okay.
on, I'm looking forward to that one. This one,
And George said it is not De La Hoya fighting. I don't know who's fighting. Maybe George will tell us in the comments.
hopefully so. But yeah, no, but that is true. What my better half was saying. The De La Hoya, that's where Canelo's camp was at, and he left that camp. And right now they're feuding. They're talking mess back and forth. On TV. It's all over
So
the internet right now. So I'm trying to
used to be one of De La Hoya's fighters, and now he's with somebody else. And
yeah, that's pretty much what it is. I believe so. Um, the way they were talking, I thought they were gonna get down. But the one I'm looking really forward to is the Tyson fight. That's what I'm looking.
yeah. The Golden Boy. So what?
Not so golden no more.
Well, he was cool for what he was. He wasn't to me. He wasn't never really all that. I'm being honest. His era, he did what he did, but it wasn't a whole lot of victory in there. You know what I'm saying? He was that again. He was the golden boy coming out of East LA, and all that kind of stuff, and did all the Golden Glove stuff and Olympic stuff and all of that. So I think they had a lot more hope than he really had skill. There was definitely a lot more hype behind him, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah, that is true. There was a lot of hype behind him. A lot of pride behind that too. But I think he could have had way more success. He could have gone further. But uh, I think he. I don't know. I don't know what happened because he had good fights back in the '90s, right? '90s, early 2000s, and stuff like that.
Yeah. Again, he was I would say a good average, 65, 70, 30 kind of fighter, as far as, you had a good chance of him winning when he stepped in the ring, you know.
Hmm.
But there was a couple times he got he got beat up a little bit,
Okay.
Not bad, but he come back with a rematch and, settle the
Yeah.
score.
Yeah. So that's when he kind of got over on something, like he ended up
Another one
winning.
that used to do that, and because it took him so long to reach the championship, was Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis, once he finally got that belt, he had a game going, man. Lennox, he would win, then he would lose, and then he would hype the rematch and win again.
Mm.
Lennox, he just stacked his money, because it took him so long to get there, right? So
Yeah.
once he finally got there, once Mike sat down, because he wasn't getting it with Mike, and as long as Mike was in the ring, Lennox wasn't finna get it. But anyway, you understand what I'm saying. Once he got it, it was all about, you know what? It's about the money for me right now because I'm getting old and my career's coming to an end. Let me get this money so that I can go sit down and relax.
Yes, yes.
You know, have you
Okay.
noticed you ain't heard nothing from him since he retired?
Yeah, no, no coming back. I think sometimes when these some of these boxers come back, it might be because of the money. I don't think that's kind of the case with Mike Tyson. I think Mike Tyson got called out, and Mike Tyson's like, "Man, I'm gonna go out here." I know the match. It is a 50-year-old man with 30. I think he's like what 28, 27. I forgot his age, but he's young. He's relatively young, and Mike's
Oh,
a
the
little
guy he's
up there.
fighting?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But I've been seeing the videos on Mike, and man, Mike's hitting that bag hard. You can hear the power in those hits. I seen the other dude is he's okay. He's doing good, but Mike really wants it. And you could
I
tell
mean,
Mike's coming back for something because I think old boy
I
was
mean,
kind of
if you can
tarnishing him.
survive them first 2, 3 rounds with Mike, you might have a chance. But Mike is coming like a pit bull. You gotta be able to withstand that storm that's coming because he's gonna hit you with everything he got, especially them first 3 rounds.
Man, hey, Ed, he's got buff from what I'm hearing. He dropped down almost to 0% fat. He looks cut up, best shape ever, they saying.
But I don't think he's ever really been out of shape. You know what
A
I'm
little
saying?
bit, a little bit. When I was seeing his interview like a few years back, he was more of a like letting himself go. He said he wouldn't get into box. He wouldn't get into in working out because he gets competitive. You know what I mean? And he said he didn't want to kind of bring that beast out. So he was just not stepping in the ring, not hitting the bag, not exercising. You
Well,
know,
plus, I mean, again, I guess maybe it's pride, ego, something. I don't know, but I mean, we know he don't need the money because I mean
hmm
he got his cannabis thing going. So
that aside, he also owns resorts too,
I'm not surprised. I'm not
and that is
surprised.
allowed too, all over the premises.
But so hey, more power to him. I wonder what I'd like to see more about this. I seen it was a little clip. I didn't see it. I think it was a short on Facebook. Not
hmm
Facebook, YouTube. I just ran past it. It said Mike Tyson and Shannon Briggs had a street fight in New York.
Oh man, I gotta go look that up, man. Things is it's getting hectic out there. I want to see what happened.
Well, Shannon Briggs he's a little pit bull like Mike too.
No, yeah, they're a little hard
Yeah,
headed.
yeah, he's really, really hard headed. Shannon was something else. He didn't have no hell of a career, but he was a hard hitting guy.
Yeah,
You
yeah, he
know,
was putting people on their butts too. He's
so
one of them types. But man, I gotta check that out. I haven't been in tune like that. I haven't even looked at my phone today in the morning.
uh,
I just know these fights are coming. The way I thought they were talking, Canelo and the Golden Boy. I thought it was gonna be them. Honestly, I was like, oh man. But now my better half is saying it's James something. She didn't. I don't want to butcher the last name, so I'm not gonna try. But he's fighting, I think, somebody out of that camp.
so the fight is what, Saturday?
Yes, Saturday evening.
Let's see, Ziggy. Who is Carmelo Anthony fighting on Saturday?
From FilmDaily.co. That activity has him in fighting shape to accept being a late replacement to fight Anthony Joshua on Saturday night.
Anthony Joshua.
Anthony Joshua. Okay. Oh, yeah. We're getting different answers. So we stay tuned with that one. But guys, hey, that's what a lot of people are getting into. I'm gonna check that out. But honestly, my top one is the Tyson. I'm a Tyson fan. So I that is what I'm looking forward to. Let's see if we plan something, Ed, and let's see if we hang out, man.
All right. Well,
But that aside, We're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll be back.
If you'd like to know more about Blind United, you can visit our website at blindunited.org. You can email us at info@blindunited.org. You can call us at 909-846-8825. You can follow us on Instagram at Blind United Interest Groups. You can follow us on X at Blind United 22. You can watch our YouTube channel, Blind United. You could join our Facebook group, Blind United Interest Groups, or you can follow our Facebook page, Blind United.
You are cordially invited to the Blind United's Color Party fundraiser. When? May 25th, 2024. Time, 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Cost, $15 per person in advance. Please sell payments to Blind United Incorporated at blindunited2022@gmail.com. Deadline is May 6, 2024. For more information, contact Cheryl Thurston at thurston74@gmail.com or info@blindunited.org.
You are cordially invited to Blind United Scholarship Ceremony. Please join us in awarding 2 scholarship recipients in honor of Les Subotnick. Date: Sunday, May 19th, 2024, held at Rodrigo's Mexican Restaurant. 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. and Omni-access service goes there. Cost per person $37 in advance, which includes your meal, tax and gratuity. Deadline to turn in money, your meal selection, and beverage will be Tuesday, May 7th, 2024. You can contact Cheryl Thurston at cthurston74@gmail.com. We will see you there. Now back to the show.
All right. And also remember, if you come into either of those events, please grab them spare canes you got sitting around, broken canes, whatever. Throw them in a little bag and please bring them, and we will be happy to collect those from you at either of the events, any of the events, so we can try to help Jimmy out and get some canes out to him. So other than that, I'm looking forward to this stuff. May is finally here, and we're going to get these 2 events out the way. We got some more stuff coming up for you guys in the future. Some other events we're trying to put on. And again, we're just trying to do whatever, our community would like to do. We're coming up with concepts of different things that people would like to participate in, hang out, we're trying to use it as a fundraiser because everything we do at Blind United is for free. So, but it does take expenses to keep the lights on, as they say. So we do need a couple dollars here and there to make things happen and also to be able to put on some of these events. So, but anyway, if there's anything that, you guys would like to do or something like that, I don't know, karaoke party, maybe we can talk old Daredevil in there over there into putting on a concert for us one night. Something, whatever. Just let us know. info@blindunited.org, and let's see if we can pull something together. Make it happen. We can all come hang out. So that's what I got.
All right, guys. And on that note right there, let's get into our first article. Some of you might agree about Windows 11, but let's push play.
Opinion: Microsoft should accept that it's time to give up on Windows 11 and throw everything at Windows 12. Windows 12 might be the final answer. If the recent news concerning 2 Windows 11 updates that have been breaking various features isn't enough, the recent reveal that the OS market share has dipped below 26% certainly should spark some alarm. According to April 2024 data from StatCounter, Windows 11 plummeted to a 25.69% market share after it reached an all-time high of 28.16% back in February 2024. Meanwhile, Windows 10 has risen to over 70% market share during the same period, and this is after Microsoft announced its intentions to reach end of support, ES, for Windows 10 by October 2025. Microsoft could be looking at a tremendous issue, in which its hopes for Windows 11 being the ultimate AI-supported OS with Copilot are hampered due to not having the user base it needs. Normally, an OS drops in support once the successor launches, so Windows 11 falling nearly 3 points in just a few months is quite telling. But is it honestly surprising? It's no secret that Windows 11 has been plagued with issues and bad updates since its launch, not to mention its biggest problem involving many users not being able to make the upgrade in the first place due to its much steeper installation requirements, which prevents many otherwise interested users from even upgrading in the first place. There's also the fact that the OS has been forcing ads as recommendations into the Start menu and has even begun testing promotional recommendation pages that take up your whole screen, urging users to make Edge the default browser and installing or enabling other services. The worst part is that there's no way to fully opt out of these ads, which accomplish nothing but clog up the UI with constant notifications. As for what features Windows 11 offers over Windows 10, there's simply not enough incentive for users to make the jump, with some features like centering the icons and Start menu on the taskbar and bringing back desktop widgets barely worth mentioning. And some features, like the ability to move the taskbar, were actually removed. On the other hand, Windows 10 came after Windows August 8.1, which endeared users to its many improvements, including bringing back the Start menu. Not to mention how much more stable the OS is compared to its successor, with far fewer broken updates. What's the future for Windows 11? The biggest reason to make the move to Windows 11 is possibly Microsoft Copilot, but that's also coming to Windows 10. There are some unique AI tools that Windows 11 will be getting eventually, but that could also serve to further the divide between users with higher-end PCs and less powerful ones. So then, what should Microsoft do? The tech giant might have to cut its losses and speed up the release of Windows 12, putting all the AI goodies and other new features there instead. The user base would be more willing to move to a new OS, and doing so could even prevent a possible ecological disaster in the making. There are also tons of other features and tools that could be added, plenty of which are fan favorites that would easily draw in users from Windows 10. This move would be the kiss of death for Windows 11, but this would honestly be a net positive for Microsoft, as it could put all the bad press for Windows 11 behind it and fully support a superior OS, while giving Windows 10 users far more incentive to make the switch in the process. Now back to the Coffee Time crew.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. When I was creating this audio, I became a little concerned because I just bought a brand new Windows 11 computer. I didn't know that they were having issues with 11. I thought everything was good with it.
Well, certain issues are happening. I haven't encountered any issues, honestly. There've been just like they might have small issues on Windows 10 and other OSs, like they have bugs. That's probably within iOS Windows 11. But remember, this is an opinion, and a lot of people have the opinion that Windows 10 is superior to Windows 11 because of certain little changes here and there. And, honestly, I started on Windows 11, never touched the Windows 10, so I cannot compare both. But a lot of people are rather stay on Windows 10.
Well, but we had the same issue when we went to Windows 10. We was
Mm-hmm.
going from 8 to 10, and again, it was, and a lot of people resisted. As always. Plus back then with 8, we still had Internet Explorer.
And
But
that's one of the perks that people are like, why is that leaving Windows 10, this and that? I remember hearing that. I didn't have a machine but I was on my Mac universe over there.
Right. Well, I mean, but again, so I mean, so I just took, the resistance. I'm being honest. The computer I'm using now, when I bought it, it was 11, but it was in the beginning. There was a lot of different issues that I was having. May not have necessarily been OS related, but I couldn't figure it out at the time. So I took this one back down to 10. Because again, I was a lot more comfortable with 10, but now I'm making the move to 11. They tell me they're getting ready to dump everything and move on to 12.
Well, that's kind of like a rumor. His opinion, he's saying Microsoft should just cut its losses and go to 12. But if Microsoft is already preparing and setting up all these apps, the integration, I don't think they're gonna just be like, you know what, let's just put everything on 12 and let's start fresh, let's start designing. They already have I think from what I was hearing in a different article, they're trying to have Windows 11 be the last OS in the, you know, of the a number upgrade. So let's see. I could be wrong, and I may be wrong.
Well,
Um,
I'm destined to find out at this point. So,
well, me too. Now I got my Windows machine. My Mac's probably over here, like, hey, you don't show me attention no more.
well, see, once I make that switch, I can't reach over there and grab another computer. You know what I'm saying? I got to deal with what I got in front of me. So,
Yeah. And
uh,
sometimes I'm like, let me get off this Windows. I need my Mac because I could do everything on my Mac because I know how to run it. So I
right.
could do so much on my Mac sometimes that I'll be like, man, I need to switch over. But I get on my Windows because I'm like, I need to do, I need to practice that.
Well, like I said, I'm destined to find out now, and I mean, again, I just finding that
Yeah, and
where the bugs are, and whatever the workaround might be. I
yeah,
mean, that's one thing I've found, and I say it all the time. Since I got into this part of my life where I've had to deal with this technology, there's always been bugs, but somehow or other, you always come up with a workaround or whatever until they get a fix. You know,
yeah,
but before the next thing you know, there's always going to be another one down the road. There's always going to be another one. So
yeah,
that's just,
yeah,
I guess, that's just the nature of the animal when you're dealing with technology. So
yeah. And I understand how you feel. You just got a Windows 11 machine, and now this opinion article is saying this about dump Windows 11, skip to Windows 12. Oh man, and that leaves me in the middle, like, hold up, I just got a Windows 11. You
it
know,
is what it is. But well, I mean, again, I'm gonna have a nice big learning curve on front of me as well because we're also switching over to that 365 business suite.
mm,
And all of our emails. Because the article yesterday was talking about getting away with getting rid of what is it, Windows Mail, but at the same time, Windows Mail has been gone as far as I'm concerned. I mean, they've had Windows Live, then they had Live Mail, then they went into the Outlook realm, and Outlook is still there. So
Outlook is yes on Windows 11, but you also have Mail, and that's what I found out. I was trying to log in into my account on Outlook. I was like, let me set up a new one. So I was looking around in the system, and I was like, okay, here's Windows Mail, and it was totally different app, and I was like, oh, this ain't it, but it's there, still there.
well,
Um,
that makes sense of getting rid of it. I mean, if it's there and ain't nobody using it, because everybody I know they use Outlook.
yeah, yeah, they have Outlook on iPhone. That's where I use it sometimes when I want to access those folders that I have created. Unfortunately, on my Mac, I'm not able to access the Outlook, so I gotta figure that out. Um,
You would think you could get it on your Mac if you got it on your phone.
yeah, well, I downloaded it, but he wants me to sign in with organization, school, or either or. It's not giving me for
Okay.
personal. So so I haven't even messed with it. But that aside, guys, that I can't believe they're saying dump Windows 11 and move on to 12. Let's give it a chance. Let's make it better.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, again, don't get me wrong. Hopefully, I'm here long enough to see, 14, 15 Windows, whatever. I don't know. It's going to get there at some point, but
Yes.
just to be running through the numbers a little quick, it takes you back to the days. Remember when they were doing it almost every year? They were trying to come out with an OS, like Apple does.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I kind of like Microsoft better when they started hanging with them for 3, 4, 5 years at least.
Yeah. And the thing is, there's differences on the way they do it. Microsoft they're trying to do it every year. It's just little incremental updates. That's what Apple does. All these names they give, they just doing an incremental update to their OS. They might just add a feature here and there, and they just call it this. And it might just gone up. Let's say where are we at right now?
17 something.
No, for the Mac is different.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they have like a 10.13.1 and stuff like that. So we get that 0.1 incremental update, and sometimes, those are the regular updates. And then when the 13 changes, like say to 14 to 10.14.1, it becomes like a Big Sur or a Sonoma or whatever update they want to call it.
Okay.
And then sometimes they just do little incremental updates within that, So if Windows probably would have took that approach instead of trying to put in a whole other OS out, they could keep up. But if you're trying to build a whole other OS and build another OS and kind of build, you're gonna get tired. But I like how they have it, that we're able to mess with it, and they could do incremental updates, fix the bugs, and until we get a newer one,
Well, that's what I'm saying. When you keep them around for 3, 4, 5 years, whatever, you get chance, you got the opportunity there to improve on what you got rather than trying to come with something new.
Yeah, and and then that note, we're gonna cut to a quick commercial break, and we have another article for you guys.
If you'd like to know more about Blind United, you can visit our website at blindunited.org. You can email us at info@blindunited.org. You can call us at 909-846-8825. You can follow us on Instagram at Blind United Interest Groups. You can follow us on X at Blind United 22. You can watch our YouTube channel, Blind United. You could join our Facebook group, Blind United Interest Groups, or you can follow our Facebook page, Blind United.
You are cordially invited to the Blind United's Color Party fundraiser. When? May 25th, 2024. Time, 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Cost, $15 per person in advance. Please sell payments to Blind United Incorporated at blindunited2022@gmail.com. Deadline is May 6, 2024. For more information, contact Cheryl Thurston at thurston74@gmail.com or info@blindunited.org.
You are cordially invited to Blind United Scholarship Ceremony. Please join us in awarding 2 scholarship recipients in honor of Les Subotnick. Date: Sunday, May 19th, 2024, held at Rodrigo's Mexican Restaurant. 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. and Omni-access service goes there. Cost per person $37 in advance, which includes your meal, tax and gratuity. Deadline to turn in money, your meal selection, and beverage will be Tuesday, May 7th, 2024. You can contact Cheryl Thurston at cthurston74@gmail.com. We will see you there. Now back to the show.
All right. Well, again, I'm looking forward to this stuff and giving these scholarship winners some money and hanging out and hear some stories about Les, and then at the same time, getting together with this color party and hanging out and just have some fun and relax for a little while. So, I hope everybody's looking forward to it like I am. Remember the cutoff time. Matter of fact, Cheryl said she moved them to what, the 8th. That's what she was telling us last night.
Yeah,
So,
she's extended the date for everyone to pay.
yeah, so it is instead of being what, Monday, Tuesday, now it's Wednesday. So again, if you want to be a part of that, you want to come hang out with us, this Zelle your money to Blind United Inc. at Blind United 2022 at gmail.com. And like I said, if you come into the banquet, from there we'll put you in touch with Cheryl so you can make your menu selections of what you like to eat while we're there. And then
and that $37 covers tax, gratuity, and it's a banquet price. That's why the price is what it is.
Yeah, the
because
price,
we're in our own separate room. That's
trust and believe.
why.
We wish we could have got this a little cheaper. We understand, but again, like we said, because it's a banquet setting, and then we got that room. This is what the catering cost is. They select a menu for you. You can have this. You can't go off the regular menu. You got to go off what they have fitting in that price range. So that's the way they do banquets. I know everybody should have been to a banquet at some point in their life by now, but I know every year we go to, these different national conventions and state conventions. Man, you're paying $50-$60 and you might not even be able to eat what they serving. So at least at Rodrigo's, I know you're going to enjoy what you order. So we're going to have fun with that. But
tacos.
Well, you got your tacos. I might have my burritos. So
hey, just as long as it works. But contact Cheryl at cthurston74 at gmail if you want to put in your order. Let her know because she's the one planning all this. And if you want to Zelle Blind United the $37, it's Blind United 2022 at gmail.
Exactly. So anybody in the comments, Britt, at all?
Yeah, George, he said that he wants to fight you. Since we're talking about the fight, he said George Zavala versus Ed Davis. I don't know who would win on that one.
Hey, make it a fundraiser.
That would be a pretty cool fundraiser.
A blind charity boxing match.
Hey, it could work, but I'm gonna let this article play, guys. I gotta step away right quick, okay? That's fine?
Go ahead.
The fastest way to install your apps on a new PC. It's not as complicated as you may think. Moving your files onto a new PC is just one part of the puzzle. Sure, you'll need a backup program or a cloud sync tool like Microsoft OneDrive to move files onto a new PC, but you'll also need to install all of your favorite programs, and file backup tools won't help with that. Windows comes with a hidden tool known as Wingit that allows you to install your favorite applications in a snap. Spend a minute or two figuring it out, and you'll be able to quickly get up and running on any new PC without all of the tedious web searching, downloading, and installing applications. And if you'd like to also move large game downloads over quickly so you don't have to download terabytes of game data again, Steam offers an easy way to move your Steam install to a new PC. Here's how to do it. Install your favorite apps in one command or a few clicks. The secret weapon here is Wingit, the Windows Package Manager. You can make a single command that installs your favorite applications and save that command somewhere. Copy-paste that command into the command prompt or Windows Terminal on a new PC, and Windows will do all the work, downloading the programs from the web and installing them for you. It's like Chocolatey or Ninite, which you may remember, but it's built into Windows. Not a fan of the command line? Try using Wingit UI instead. This convenient program is the like having a better, more capable alternative to the Microsoft Store on a Windows 11 or Windows 10 PC. But after a little bit of setup, you'll appreciate the command line method. For example, let's say I really want to install Google Chrome, Microsoft PowerToys, Spotify, and VLC on each PC I use. I just use the following command. Wingit install Google, Chrome Microsoft, PowerToys Spotify, Spotify Videoland.vlc. Copy-paste that command into Windows Terminal and away Windows will go, doing all the downloading and installation work for you. Windows will download the application installer from the program's official website. You can add as many IDs as you want after they've installed, separating each with a space. So, how do you find them? Just open a Windows Terminal window and use this command. Wingit Search Program. Replace Program with the name of the program you want to search for. 2. You'll see search results, and the ID of the program you need will be displayed under the ID column. The first time you use Wingit, you may have to type Y to agree to the terms and continue. You may not touch the command line much, but this is just a one-time setup process that should take a few minutes, and then you'll have a one-step installation command for your new PCs. Don't want to bother? Again, I really like Wingit UI. You can search for applications and put together program lists in just a few clicks in a graphical interface. Of course, you could always just download your favorite programs installers in exe or MSI form, save them to a USB drive, or perhaps even your OneDrive cloud storage, if they're small, and install them that way. But you'd have to do a lot of clicking, and the programs would have to do a lot of updating after that. Now back to the coffee time crew.
Well, I know I'm not one to want to transfer all that data from one computer to the next. And most of what I heard that article speaking about it almost sounded like it was in more reference to gaming computers.
Yeah, that's kind of what I got out of it as well, Ed.
Yeah.
One part, yeah, was transferring gaming data. But the other part, the part that I was trying to concentrate was bringing your programs and your files over. You know, just let's say you have a 1 terabyte drive and you have so many media files like videos, whatever, music. You could transfer that over into your new computer. Um, Yes, games. The example they were trying to put, the games are going to be extra large data, but that
Right.
doesn't apply to us. But it may start applying to us because these games are becoming accessible.
Well, I mean, in one instance, it may apply to, well, I mean, to what I'm doing, especially because, uh, I got all of this stuff from what we're doing here. I've downloaded all of the various episodes of Coffee Time and all that stuff. All that stuff is on my computer, and it is, MP4.
Yes,
Meaning video. So I know those are pretty big files.
yeah, those can be big files. I could imagine there are a couple of gigs each episode, so it can stack up on you. And transferring those, let's say if you didn't have one drive in iCloud or Dropbox, you have to get a drive, put all those in the drive, and then let the drive start putting, let the computer put all those files in the drive. That could take several minutes, depending how fast is your ports, depending what type of drive you have, also. And then getting that drive, putting it to the other computer, and then transferring those files out of the drive is the same issue, depending on your ports and depending how massive these files are going to be in
Uh,
total.
all of that stuff's going to be happening to me within the next week or so, because again, I got to get all the files off of this computer and
Hmm.
over onto the new computer. a lot of that I know we're going to do through OneDrive. But at the same time, I also found out, and that's something Microsoft really needs to work on. They get, I love Outlook because it gives us that opportunity to create all the various folders to put stuff in and keep stuff organized.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't have a cloud for Outlook. So all of those emails and stuff you save within Outlook in those folders are on your computer. They're not in a cloud anywhere. You can't. You got to actually copy those data files, put them on a hard drive or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe not a hard drive, but a thumb drive, something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you do have hard drives that are connectable. I trust a hard drive better than a thumb drive, even though, you know.
Well, I might end up getting one of them anyway, just to have all of the, keep all of the coffee time and all the audio, video stuff we do over there. Just,
Yeah, because I have I think it's a 1 terabyte, just for backing up my computer, so it could back up 4 times whenever it needs to. Then I have 0.5 terabyte for my files and all the content and media files and media tools I have in a hard drive, and that drive is already a little more than half full already. It can get large files, but this could be a nice tool if you want to migrate all those folders, all that, and put it in your Windows 11 and make sure they're in that place. Because I did created these folders that you're talking about within Outlook, and I did saw that it created some folders within my hard drive in my computer, indicating the data and all that. And I wonder, just transferring those folders, will those folders show up in Outlook later, in the newer computer?
well, again, he's putting all of he said I got some crazy version of Outlook on my computer right now. So I guess once I get over to the new computer, I'll be in a whole different generation of Outlook. And I believe at that point, all of the folders will definitely be different than what I got dealing with right now.
Okay.
So he's telling me this is going to be the last time I have to copy the data files.
Okay.
So I'm hoping all that works out. And then I know eventually, as we grow, once we get our own building and stuff like that, we're going to end up getting our own server and stuff anyway. So I think it's almost intimate, when we're moving forward to be able to have all of that stuff in the house. So
yes,
we might end up with some, this 4, 8, 12, whatever terabytes. Who knows? By the time it's all said and done, so.
Maintaining the server and all that. Yeah. So.
Technology, man. Technology. It's an ever-changing, evolving thing.
You're right. You're right about that. You're right about that. And then, in that point, we're gonna jump to a quick commercial. We'll be back with the last article, guys.
If you'd like to know more about Blind United, you can visit our website at blindunited.org. You can email us at info@blindunited.org. You can call us at 909-846-8825. You can follow us on Instagram at Blind United Interest Groups. You can follow us on X at Blind United 22. You can watch our YouTube channel, Blind United. You could join our Facebook group, Blind United Interest Groups, or you can follow our Facebook page, Blind United.
You are cordially invited to the Blind United's Color Party fundraiser. When? May 25th, 2024. Time, 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Cost, $15 per person in advance. Please sell payments to Blind United Incorporated at blindunited2022@gmail.com. Deadline is May 6, 2024. For more information, contact Cheryl Thurston at thurston74@gmail.com or info@blindunited.org.
You are cordially invited to Blind United Scholarship Ceremony. Please join us in awarding 2 scholarship recipients in honor of Les Subotnick. Date: Sunday, May 19th, 2024, held at Rodrigo's Mexican Restaurant. 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. and Omni-access service goes there. Cost per person $37 in advance, which includes your meal, tax and gratuity. Deadline to turn in money, your meal selection, and beverage will be Tuesday, May 7th, 2024. You can contact Cheryl Thurston at cthurston74@gmail.com. We will see you there. Now back to the show.
All righty then. And again, please don't forget them canes when you come to hang out or whatever. We really want to collect those canes and help Jimmy out. So grab them, set them by the front door, get them ready. So when you walk out the door, you can grab them and bring them to us. So, anyway, other than that, we got one more article. Our first for the Apple Watch.
Yes, we do, and let's play that.
Apple Watch feature becomes first digital health tech to receive this FDA approval. The Apple Watch AFib feature has already been credited with saving lives. The FDA just gave the Apple Watch a historic first approval for a digital health tech device. According to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, the Apple Watch, or more specifically its atrial fibrillation, AFib, feature, has received its approval as a qualified device in the Medical Device Development Tools, MDDT, program. The feature helps detect abnormal heart patterns and has previously been credited for saving users' lives. This FDA approval allows the Apple Watch AFib feature to be used as a tool to assess atrial fibrillation, a type of arrhythmia or abnormal heartbeat, burden estimates within clinical studies. The Apple Watch can now be used as a non-invasive biomarker test to help evaluate estimates of AFib burden as a secondary effectiveness endpoint within clinical studies intended to evaluate the safety and effectiveness of cardiac ablation devices to treat, according to the FDA. A digital first. But perhaps even more notable is that the Apple Watch AFib feature becomes the first ever digital health technology to qualify under the FDA's MDDT program. The Apple Watch had previously received FDA clearance to include the atrial fibrillation detection feature in the device in 2022. According to 9to5Mac, this was the lowest hurdle, with Apple basically proving that its AFib feature worked similarly to existing devices that affect AFib. This FDA approval for the MDDT program places the Apple Watch in a unique category, particularly concerning its application in clinical studies. Now back to the coffee time crew.
So I'm gonna need you to explain exactly what is this thing doing for us, Pedro?
I actually have an answer. No, okay, so AFib is
She's so excited.
well, no, because okay, so AFib is a condition, like a heart condition where your heart, it speeds up or it slows down, from my understanding of it, and you kind of have to track it. So there is an app that I guess you can download on the Apple Watch that will help you track AFib. So it's actually really, really, really cool. The only reason I know that is because my grandmother uses it. That's the only reason I know anything about it. And I had to help her set up her Apple Watch.
Yes. And the app is already pre-installed and everything, and it checks your heart fibrillation. It also does an EKG too. You put your thumb to the crown, and it sends an electrical current, and it can detect irregular heartbeats and stuff like that. And now they're recognizing that the Apple Watch can be used medically to save lives like it has been doing for some people. It's been finding some heart issues. That's how a lady found out she was pregnant through an Apple Watch. Also, it told her you've been having a elevated heart rate. Go check yourself out at a doctor, and she found out she was pregnant.
Wow, that's pretty cool. And you can also share that information with your doctor, if you do have a heart issue.
Yes, yes, you can. I actually have my lab results when they come in. My doctor receives them. I actually receive them in my health app also, so I'm able to go through them too. Right now, I am in a process trying to give out some of my data from my health app to my doctor so he can have an overall picture, not just that 30-minute or hour appointment I went to that he only saw me for 4 minutes. You know what I mean? I could give him a big overall picture and here, go do your study and let me know what's going on. But going to the doctor, being there for an hour, being checked out for 10 minutes, and then seeing the doctor for 4, I don't think sometimes they could get an overall look of your health. I know they do blood work and all that, and that's needed, of course, but I'm saying our heart data and our walking and all them steps could paint an overall picture to the doctor of what may be happening and what you can improve on.
Well, if anybody would know, I know you would know. Uh, uh, so for a layman like myself, this watch can now dial 911 if my heart rate goes too low.
It lets you know, and it would tell you your heart rate is low.
Yeah, it just gives you a notification saying that, it is too low or too high or whatever.
Yeah, but the newer ones, if you fall and it tries to wake you up by vibrating and stuff, and it doesn't notice you got up, it will call 911 automatically. Even if you get into a
Okay.
car accident, it knows crash detection now.
Yeah, I knew they was supposed to be coming with the crash detection, and if
Yes.
I remember right, that also has the Skylink stuff in it, where you could be out in the middle of South Dakota somewhere, nowhere land, and if you get into an accident or something, it'll still make that call for you.
Oh yeah, but it connects to the satellite, and that be more of an
That's what I'm saying.
eyeball.
There's supposed to be that Skylink system that what's his name, Elon Musk, is supposed to be his thing. The Skylink is
Yeah.
is is tied in there some kind of way.
I know about the satellites, but I didn't know about Skylink
No,
and
well,
Elon Musk and
Skylinks
all
is
that.
only in some regions. It's not everywhere. This is just satellites that are passing by. So let's say you're in a desert. There's no cellular tower. The phone will direct you where to point the phone to, so you could get a signal with the satellite that's orbiting around the Earth, that's around your location. And you will have to point your phone and move, and VoiceOver will let you know how to point your phone to get that message out or that call. But it's if there's
Well, two of them not.
satellite there.
If it's that automatic feature where I done got into an accident, that's going to be a little hard to do if I'm knocked out or unconscious. So
Yeah, yeah, but crash detection, it will call automatically.
yeah.
You also you press the side button 5 times, and just by itself it will make a noise. I took off the noise, but it will send a message, call the paramedics, and send a message to your family with your last location and where you're at. So it can get handy, could come in handy. Um, it has saved lives. I always do wear my Apple Watch because it watches my health when I'm not watching it. Actually, I could go back later and check out all those graphs. Get an audio description of those graphs for someone that's completely blind. Instead of seeing the line going up and down in that way, you will hear a pulse going up in pitch or going down in pitch, so you could kind of imagine the graph. And that's how I read some of these graphs. Even it's nice that Apple put a description of vocal description and a audio description, so you could see the little ups and downs in your graph.
Well, maybe I need to get an Apple Watch to watch my health when I'm not watching, because I ain't never watching. So
Yeah, look, my watch has came on and told me like this, because sometimes I worry about my heart and stuff like that. So I set my little 110 beats per second. If you see that, alert me, and the watch will alert you. Will say, "Oh, I had noticed a high heartbeat while you haven't been moving at all." So, and then it would say open app, and you could see your current heartbeat and all that, because it won't just warn you your heartbeat is at 110. It will tell you you've been solitary sitting down, now your heartbeat is elevated, there's an issue there. If you're walking and you hit 110 because you're walking, it's not going to alert you, because it knows you're walking, you're moving. So it knows when to warn you. It gives you your V2 levels for like your physical health. It gets you your oxygen levels. It calculates your walking heart rate, your resting heart rate, your active heart rate, your heartbeats per milliseconds. It gives you a lot of data. Is what it does.
It sounds like it gives up a lot. A little bit more than I want to carry with me over into the weekend. So,
hey, if you take your medication, you can even put it there, and it will let you know and stuff like that later on when you're looking at your records.
I hear you. Well, on that note, I want to thank everybody for joining us on this wonderful TGIF Friday, and
thank God
thank you,
it's
Pedro,
Friday.
thank you, Monica, Brittany, and George,
Info at blindunited.org.
Info at blindunited.org. Come hang out with us tonight and watch Bandits, and enjoy a movie with us. And again, check out the new schedule, Blind United Interest Groups. It's in there. Go check it out. See what we got going on through the month.
Get your money in for the color party and the scholarship.
Yeah. All that good stuff. But most of all, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy it with somebody you can tolerate being around.
I guess that'll leave me hanging out with me. All right.
Oh my goodness, this child here. We need to get her some therapy, Pedro.
Yeah, funny.
But anyway, we love you, Britt. We love everybody. So you guys have a great weekend, and we'll see you guys on the next one Monday morning. Have a great weekend. Bye. All right, y'all. I think I got a